and you're watching RTM1. I'm Rob. You and you're watching RTM1. I just said that. You know, since the last one of these, New York Comic Con happened, and Hasbro showed what Beast Hunters is. And you know what? I'm happy with it. You know, of course, there's a lot of rumors that, hey, maybe it's a continuation of Beast Wars. And then, you know, hey, it's the third season of Prime. And you know what? It's the third season of Prime because the Beast Wars thing was just fantasy on all of our parts, including mine. And, you know, it would have been cool to see, but it didn't happen. It's not going to happen. It's over. But Beast Hunters is pretty cool. At least I think so. The point is, Predacons, they're like sort of the dinosaurs of Transformers past, come to Earth to aid the Decepticons, and of course the Autobots have to battle this new evil. And you know, of course, there's not much to show, but from what you know, they showed the toys and kind of general premise. You got these Predacons that turn into like dragons and monsters, and the Autobots and some of the Decepticons get all jungle action vibe warrior thing to fight them. Like Bumblebee is covered in spikes, and he has a bow and arrow, a crossbow that looks like a bird, and I really want it because I think it's pretty rad. And like Bulkhead is like a Viking, you know, he's got a big Viking helmet, and he's very clearly based off of the. At least I thought, looking at him, Golden Axe, the little dwarf. I think his name is Axe Battler. You know, he's very obviously the every fantasy movie stout guy with an axe or a big spiky helmet, and just stuff like that. And it's pretty neat. It's very Dungeons and Dragons, if you really want to put it like that. And yeah, that's the truth. It's a very Dungeons and Dragons type of thing. And you know what? So far, it looks like it works. It looks like it extends to Creo, which really has me. I'm already a fan of Creo. As I said before, you know, I was initially kind of only interested in the Creons, and then I got a couple of the sets, and you know what? I like the Creos. You know, it's fun to me, and you know, they're extended at like there's a Bumblebee. It turns like a jungle jeep thing, and there's a one Predacon that looks pretty rad to me. He looks kind of like a Knockout with wings, like a Beast Mode Knockout, and that's pretty cool. I like the little Creon sets where it's the minifig and a very little basic block monster like Kadra's there, which is great to see a Beast Wars name reuse. It all looks pretty fun to me. I mean, it's got this man, I can just screw up the English language without even trying. It's got its detractors, but what doesn't, you know? I really pumped. I really like the Cyberverse stuff. They look really cool to me. And that almost seems where like the little I forget his name. I think it's Twin Strike, whatever. He's a very obvious center twin homage. I can't look at that and going, whoa, I want that. You know, I mean, this looks really cool to me. And of course, there's some more like the Year of the Snake, Asia exclusive Optimus and Omega Supreme. I'm not so interested in the Optimus, but that Omega Supreme is nice. It's a nice retooling of a good mold, or at least I thought it was a good mold. And it looks great. It looks like G1 Omega Supreme, and I think I want it, but I don't think I want to pay what they'll want to charge for it. Yep. I apparently live in front of a nuclear reactor. If you can't tell, it's very bright here for some reason. I make funny faces in my frustration. And you know, they showed a little bit more about Transformers Legends, which I'm pretty much looking forward to. For those of you who are not in the know about it, and apparently a lot of people skipped over the news because I listen to a lot of different podcasts while I'm working. Yeah, it's a card game that's going to be on iPads and I guess iPhones, maybe Android. I'm not sure about that. And basically, it's just a digital card game that's going to be free to play. And it looks pretty fun to me. I usually don't like card games, but the way they describe the actual gameplay, it looks pretty fun. Where it's more of just basically a kind of a old school role-play type game that uses cards, as opposed to clicking attack or whatever. You know, it looks pretty good to me. And it's one of those things that if I end up not liking it, I'm not really out anything. And the art looks good though, so at least it'd be like, hey, let me look at the art on these cards. That's on my iPad. That, you know, it's digital, but hey, it's fun. Speaking of Prime, this past Sunday, Skylanders Giants came out, and of course I was all over it. Was very excited. And when I say speaking of Prime, the voice of Bulkhead on Prime, Kevin Michael Richardson, I hope I said that right. He also voices T-Rex in Giants, and when you're playing it, it's very clearly his Bulkhead voice, with just a little bit more kind of to it, you know. I'm sure he has a couple more voices, and I'm sure there's a lot of Transformers voice actors in that game because there's so much voice talent in it. Just like the Skylanders for it. I mean, Neil Kaplan's voiced a few. I forget his name, but the guy who voices Jack on Prime, I think he was Spyro in the first game. I don't know if he's Spyro in this game or not. I haven't plopped a Spyro on it yet. I'm sure there's more to it, more of them there, but that one really stood out because it's basically the Bulkhead voice just sounding a little grizzled, which is pretty neat. I like Skylanders a lot. It's a really fun game. At least I think so. I was actually theorizing that it'd be really cool if they made a Wreck-It Ralph Skylanders toy, and you put them on the if you haven't played the game, when you put them on the portal, they zoom into the game, and you start playing them. There's just like a little screen of them, like, and they say a little catchphrase. It'd be great to stick Wreck-It Ralph on there, and go, I'm gonna wreck it, and then you play him. Yeah, that's stuff I think about. One thing I just thought I'd bring up for the sake of bringing up. You know, I have a lot of Transformers-related dreams. You can't spend as much time thinking about something without it popping up in your subconscious every once in a while. And, yeah. You know, so I have a little, you know, usually it's just like maybe I'm shopping for them, or I'm like at a convention or something. You know, just kind of like where I'm at when the dreams take place. Not like they really take too much fun for I don't know. I can't even explain that one. I just stopped in mid-sentence. It's not like, you know, I have too many dreams of just, I don't know, maybe I do have a lot of dreams, so I'm just looking for them, but there was a dream where I was at some sort of thrift store, and this was recently. I started bringing it up because I'm still thinking about it. Not that disturbed me or anything, just it was kind of an interesting way it went about. I was at some sort of thrift store, and they had like this kind of old glass curio cabinet type thing, and inside it they had little antiques and stuff for sale. You know, basically that's how they displayed them and had them locked up. And I was looking in, and on the top shelf they had some Transformers, which I guess it wouldn't be too out of the way. You'd expect to see maybe an older one or something in a display like this. But they were all customs. Like, and I don't remember in details because, like I said, it was a dream. It's probably like a millisecond of my mind that I just happen to remember out of all the other milliseconds that farted through my head. But they had an Ultra Magnus made from a G1 skids. And it looked good. In hindsight, I don't think it was too accurate because I think my mind was just inserting robot, you know, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. And the rest of them I don't really, they're just kind of generic robots. I remember that one very clearly. I was like, the thing is, Skids looked really good because Skids is a very basic toy. So it was kind of a weird dream to have. I think I'm a little out of it today. Yeah, I think I am. Well, this is a, oh, I almost forgot, and I shouldn't have forgot. I came up with this idea last week, and of course Brian liked the idea, and he was talking about RFC proper, and I'm going to bring it up again here. And that's something we're calling Operation Beehive, because I have to come up with clever names for everything, you know, I'm me. And the idea is, a lot of us are complaining about the excessive bumblebees taking up space on the shelves. And, you know, that's just for one reason or another. Some stores have an excessive amount. You know, mine around here don't. But I've been to stores like on the other side of town that do, like where people just picked over the other toys and left the excess bumblebees, and that's really what it is. I mean, some cases had more bumblebees than others, and that's true. And we all know that stores wanted more main characters, and that's true. And then we all just know I picked over for what I wanted and left the stuff I didn't want, which is why there's so many bumblebees and hot shots and other toys. The holidays are coming upon us, and I always kind of suggest by giving to children's charities at holidays, because there's a lot of people that don't have anything, and for one reason or another, it could be whatever reason they're in that situation, it really doesn't matter. It's a time to kind of look out for each other, and it's really kind of sad to think of a little boy or girl waking up Christmas morning and not having anything. And, or it doesn't even have to be Christmas morning, whatever holiday you celebrate. And, you say, well, hey, that's reality, and they're learning reality of money. I'm sorry, at 6, you shouldn't have to understand that, and you shouldn't feel sad on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's not a, let's be tough love here. Let's maybe use our love a little. And, some people are, of course, negative about the whatever, and whatever. Me, I like trying to help out others. So we suggested to maybe donate some of these excess bumblebees, or maybe the toys that aren't excess. Just what I'm basically saying is donate to children's charities, Toys for Tots, or Ronald McDonald House, or whatever, and just pick up a few toys and donate them. And of course, my suggestion was the excess bumblebees, because kids love them. We want to think as cynical adults that kids don't. They love them. Some of us, that have kids say, hey, my kid's tired of them. That's because you're griping about it all the time. Your kid's mimicking you. Kids that don't have parents like us think Bumblebee's cool. And you know what? I'm saying Christmas morning, but I'm paraphrasing. A kid wakes up on a holiday morning, and he doesn't understand it was either this or the electricity or this or food. He just knows Santa Claus forgot him. And he's going to be sad and lonely. And that, that's a girl too. So maybe we just open up our hearts a little and maybe help out some, okay? And obviously, if you're in the place to do it, it's not wasting money. If you think of it as wasting money, then obviously I'm not reaching you. It's more of just, hey, let's help out some. If you're in a position where you can spend a couple $100s on a third-party combiner, $15 isn't going to hurt you. I'm not in a position to spend a couple $100s on a third-party combiner, but $15 isn't going to hurt me. And like I said, we're fortunate enough to have things. And for those that can't, maybe we can just say, hey, it's okay. Things are going to get better. Give them a little. It's always good to make someone smile. You know what I'm saying? So with that in mind, please this holiday season donate to these children's charities. Don't go overboard. Don't do more than you can. If you can't, you can't. No one's saying that. But just go grab a bumblebee and a pinkie pie and throw it in that box, okay? But if you can't, you can't. Or maybe just like the, what do you call it, Cans for Hunger or whatever, where I know Kroger has it. You can go buy a little thing for like $5 or whatever, and the money goes straight into the food drives or whatever. Maybe do that. Maybe do that. Just if you can help, that'd be great. And if you guys have any pictures of you donating these excess bumblebees or whatever you choose to buy, send them us to RFC. We'll show everyone. Okay? And now I'm done preaching. I've got a big heart, and I sometimes maybe care more than I should, but I don't think there's any reason I should feel bad about caring about the welfare of others. So, thanks everyone for watching. I think I've went on for probably longer than YouTube's going to let me. So, check out tfradio.net for shows and showtimes, and bye.